JQ, tough act to follow, my friend.
Yeah, JQ, you got any poetry or what?
And it, Julian left me speechless, so
Yeah, okay.
that was awesome. And I do know Julian and his family personally, so.
So no, you don't have any
I remember
poetry.
him as a young boy singing the national anthem at big events.
Right,
So he was,
right. Yeah,
awesome.
He sang it when President Clinton came to Guam.
that's right.
That's correct.
Yeah. But he's all grown up now. All right, JQ. So I remember when you messaged me, hey, what are we going to talk about so I could be prepared? There's about 85 different things that I sent you. So I guess we'll just start with testing at the airport. Where are we with that? And what has the conversation been with the surgeon cell on your efforts to kind of test?
Right. Because I know that when you were last on here, you were mentioning, oh, yeah, we're going to start the rapid testing on a Monday. But then I don't think that happened.
Right, and of course, all of the things that we do is dependent on what public health approves and stuff. So at that time when we talked, I guess public health was going through trying to get what CDC is going to come out with and so forth. And then of course with the new President Biden's executive order, things change where folks traveling from an international destination going into a U.S. destination, that the airlines now, before putting these passengers or getting these passengers to board the aircraft, that they validate that they do have a negative COVID test before they can board the aircraft. So that has changed the way that public health is giving our guidance. So we're still awaiting guidance, because right now, like for example, coming in from Philippines, they won't let you board the aircraft unless you have a negative COVID test. But even if you have a negative COVID test and you do arrive on Guam, you still have to go to quarantine, and that's still the guidance coming in. Regardless if you have a COVID test, negative COVID test, within 5 days, they still send you to quarantine, and you'll still test out on your 6th day. If you're negative, then they'll still release you to complete your quarantine at home.
So is that just off the table now, that we don't need to do rapid testing anymore?
I don't think it's off the table. We're just waiting for the latest of what CDC is going to give public health on what kind of guidance, because it did change with already requiring the airlines to make sure that these folks are tested before they get on, before they come to the U.S. So that has, it's changed since we first started to trying to put the testing upon arrival at the airport.
Okay. So tell us how you guys are planning, because GVB, we had Uncle Carl on what was a week ago, and the plan that they are, or the target they're looking at the reopening of tourism is April.
Right.
So right. So have you had any conversations with GVB on what needs to be done at the airport?
Really, the conversation, we can go back and forth with GVB. We're trying to be proactive, because we need these passengers to come into Guam. We need visitors to come into Guam. But as things change day to day with CDC and public health, especially now with the new variant that is out there, we keep changing. It keeps changing and changing, and so. Where I'm concerned, I brought up the issue now with folks coming in from Honolulu, because Honolulu now has at least 18 positives of the new variant. Wow. And we're only one leg away. All it takes is one of those folks from the 18 that expose somebody else to get on that aircraft and come to Guam, and here we are, right? And so, yeah, day to day it changes.
Right. And have you heard anything, because Hawaii, they're a part of the U.S., so they're not subject to the CDC guideline, right? If you're coming in from an international destination into the U.S., you have to have that negative PCR test. Are you hearing that we or a push that we're going to have to test everybody coming in from anywhere, including and
Right.
most especially at this point, Hawaii?
Right. So yes, that's what, and that's where the governor's stance is right now, regardless of where you're coming in. She's still standing firm on folks going to quarantine, and we see it. We see the stats that it is working. We're catching folks that are arriving, and upon testing, they're testing positive. Matter of fact, we had people that came in. That tested negative, and then based on their travels coming in, got exposed somewhere between their travel from wherever they started to coming to Guam, got exposed and tested positive on their 6th day. So the quarantine procedures that are that we are enforcing here in Guam is working.
Right. Yeah. Right. We don't even. I know that when we've had conversations with Dr. Cabrera and I believe even Dr. Hoa, that we're not going to change our quarantine protocols. Everybody's still going to have to do.
Especially with the new variant, man. That thing is scary.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Well, I mean, the good thing though is that we have sent out some samples to CDC. We're just waiting for the results, and then the agreement now that's in place, where Dr. Cabrera said it's going to be where we are going to be able to do it on a routine basis, sending out samples to CDC to do that genomic sequencing. So,
Right.
I mean, at least that's in place.
Yeah, I think we're just awaiting the results of those samples to see.
Yeah, I think we're all bracing ourselves.
Right. Because we saw.
Yeah, and all I can say, and for everyone, you guys do it day to day. I see it in your newscast. So mask up, social distancing, and wash your hands. But the key is also to add on, please get vaccinated. We got a lot of folks that are still hesitant to do it because they don't know what the side effects are. But I think when you put the pros and cons together, there are more pros to get vaccinated than there are cons. And then you just think about it not only for yourself, but for your family members.
So where are you with your staff in terms of getting vaccinated?
I would say about 60% of at least 60% of my staff have been vaccinated. The other 40% are those folks, and these are the frontliners. They still haven't given us the opportunity for the folks that are not frontliners. For example, our admin folks or the people that are not exposed to the public. They haven't been given that opportunity yet to go and get vaccinated, or they haven't met their age requirement, right? So those folks still hasn't. But the ones the frontliners that we have, at least 60% of them have been vaccinated and got their second dose already. And so we're still working on those folks that are hesitant, and those are, the younger folks. And those are the ones that are still waiting to see what are the side effects that other folks are getting. And to this day, I have not heard of anyone. I did ask, anyone that has been vaccinated on Guam, first and second dose, have we got anybody that turned positive after they got their vaccination? So I have not got that response yet, but I did ask the question because that would help us when we go to our people to hey, consider getting vaccinated again. It's not mandatory, but please consider getting vaccinated because it's not only for you, but it's for your family and for your coworkers.
I hear you.
I wanted to ask about that. So if you could just take us from the genesis to where we're at now, but there was something reported with a gambling bust, and was it airport police being investigated for this, JQ?
So, I'm going to say the statement, right? And I have to stick with the statement. So, GIA is aware of all the allegations of employee misconduct. And of course, we're investigating these allegations, and it's taking appropriate actions when necessary. And because it's a personnel matter, I can't comment further on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just. Is it police officers gambling? Is it ARF gambling? Is it? I don't know. You can't even say that. We're not asking for
No.
names.
Yes.
Does it involve
we just take it as a whole, and so because of that, I can't comment further.
There's an ongoing investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Local.
I can't comment further.
Damn, you're good, Sabrina.
Anybody terminated?
Yes.
How many?
Can't comment further, ma'am.
Do they wear a badge?
Can't comment further.
When were they terminated?
I can't comment further.
When was this complaint made?
Like I said, anything to do with this, the allegations and the investigation, I cannot be able to comment.
Has any other entity other than the airport taken a look at this?
Like I said, I can't comment further.
Was it Texas Hold'em or was it cockfighting or what was it?
I mean, we keep going around, and I have to stick with that statement because of the ongoing investigation.
That's just interesting.
Yeah.
But so you can't say it was gambling.
Yes, ma'am. I can't comment. But there are allegations out there. I still can't comment.
Right.
Okay.
So what's going to happen when the investigation's completed? What will be done with the findings?
Once all that is done, then maybe we can comment from there. But until such time, we're still have to stay in our position that we can't comment until that time has come.
Wait, so how long has this been under investigation?
Man, I wish I can comment, but I can't.
Are any high-ranking members of your staff, maybe even police or ARF, anybody involved?
Can't comment, ma'am.
How would you address those people who would look at this and say, oh, it's allegations involving the airport, they can't comment, but then they're investigating themselves?
From my statement earlier, we are taking all of these very seriously, and we are taking the appropriate actions when necessary.
Should the community be concerned about what's happened, what's transpiring? I mean, how concerned should we be?
We are, like I said, we're taking it where necessary, and we'll definitely we are taking appropriate actions where necessary, and it will be dealt with convincingly.
Ooh, convincingly. Was it Super Bowl betting?
Can't comment, man.
All right.
All right. You don't know? Is there any other way you can ask that, Bree, where he can be like, oh, yeah.
No matter how much you spin it.
I feel like we're playing verbal jujitsu right now.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you got, Bree?
No, I already know the answer. I don't comment.
Okay. Right on.
I'm sure there are other ways, though, to get information.
Yeah. How was airport week? Can you comment on how was airport week?
Airport week was really well. Really good. We had the last beam of the steel that is going up on the third corridor. So that was a ceremony that was done. So we're looking at. We were going to cut ribbon to the half of the third floor corridor, the west from gates 4 to 10. However, we couldn't get the occupancy permit in time. So now we're looking at February 26th and cutting the ribbon for the third floor corridor. So we're making progress in that.
I it's been so long. I've been to the airport. Does it still look the same? I mean, what's different? It's been over a year, I think.
Right. From the public's eye, from the road, it looks the same, but on the other side, the west international arrivals corridor, from the flight line side, you'll see that there is a difference. But from the airport road side, it looks like it's still construction, and that's the other half that should be finished within hopefully this year.
Okay. Well, maybe we could make some arrangements to do some sort of like link on location or something.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, thanks, JQ.
Thank you.
All right, you stay
Have a
safe.
good morning.
All right.
Be
Sure.
safe.
Yeah, we'll give you one last chance to comment.
My last comment is no further comment.
All right, JQ. Thanks.
All right. You guys have a good day.
You too.